Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Sarah. I'm your counselor for today. Um, what brought you in here today?
Well, thank you for meeting me today. I've been feeling really off lately, mentally and physically. Um, I've I'm a I work full time. I'm in my master's pro master social work program at CUCA. I'm interning. I'm raising my niece. Everything has just been nonstop, and I'm starting to wonder if I'm like actually cut out for this. Like I wake up feeling exhausted, anxious. I'm so stressed out. It's like my brain starts racing before I even open my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm.
I'm be-
So, um, as you as you stay with all those feelings, what image or thought comes to your mind? Like when you feel like what brought you to acknowledge like, okay, this feeling is coming on. How do your body react to the to feeling this way?
I feel like my body's shutting down sometimes, and I started zoning out, and I wasn't putting my 100% into everything that I normally do, and that's when it kind of woke me up in a way when my niece asked me if everything was okay with me, and it kind of just like a click and be like, okay, I gotta do something to help myself, to help
Mm-hmm.
make sure my niece isn't scared of the way I'm acting as well.
Mm-hmm. So, um, when was another time in your life that you felt this same way in your body?
um when I was younger, I I'm the oldest of three, and my parents was always working. So of course as I grew up faster than I should as a child. Making sure that my siblings ate dinner, had breakfast, had their homeworks done, if they had laundry that they need to be washed, take time to take a shower. Okay, it's bedtime, their chores done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been nonstop, I should say, throughout the life, and it's just
So, I'm hearing like a lot of so this remind you of a time when you were under a lot of pressure. And it brought back that memory when you were younger, when you had a lot of responsibility on you and you felt overwhelmed in the situation and exhausted, anxious and all of that, right?
yes.
How old were you when this was happening?
Oh gosh. About 10.
And okay, that's pretty young, to be experiencing all those stress and pressure. From all the from how did these experiences make you feel about yourself and others? Like, how did you think about yourself in that moment, and how do you reflect on yourself in this moment? Like, what's your thought that comes to you about yourself, and also what's the thought that comes to you about your support system around you now and your family around you then?
Um, I have to say it kind of gave me strength in a way, like makes me stronger, I should say, because kind of dealing with everything growing up, the things that happened in my life, it kind of pushed through on a lot of emotions,
Mm-hmm.
kind of buried it deep down because there's still some stuff that I don't tell my family that happened back then. Um, but I do have to say my family is there for me when and if I need it. But the hardest part is asking for help,
Mhm.
and it's like, okay, what can I need to like ask? I definitely need to ask for help, but I don't know how to ask for help.
Mhm.
Because I've always been the strong one in my family.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like, well, they still, even to this day, come to me and ask for help. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure.
Mhm.
But what about me? And I
True.
don't mean to sound selfish in a way when I says, what about me? But that's how I feel. Like, I feel sometimes that I'm selfish for asking about myself. Like,
Mhm.
so I don't know.
Okay. So, so based on your past experience and your present experience under all this stress, do you think your past experience might be still influence how you respond to stress?
Um, I never really thought about that, because I always thought of like, okay, what I have to deal with now. But now that you mention it, it kind of does, especially with
Mhm.
everything back then, the responsibilities of other people and putting myself in the back burner.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Mhm. Do you think there's any one individual that triggers you to not ask for help from your past, from a bad experience from asking for help in the past?
Yeah. Um, Something really horrible happened to me a couple times in my past. That was something that someone that I was should have trusted. Um, so I think that was a lot to do with not asking or not telling for help.
Mhm.
Um, it was, it's one of those things where, you're young and something horrible happens and you think it's your fault.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like, okay, it's my fault, so I should deal with it on my own.
Mhm. That's understandable. Yeah, it's never easy, when you have a really bad experience and to ask for help and so forth. It takes a while to understand that not everyone will abuse your trust and so forth. So I really understand where you're coming from, right?
Hmm.
Um, and when we're under stress, even though it's the best possible thing is to let someone know, it's never the easiest thing to do for a lot of persons. So, don't feel bad about the fact that you never reached out and you're still hesitant to let people around you know that you need help and you're choking at the moment with all these responsibilities. What do you think would help you feel safe and supported during our conversations and so forth?
Um, I want the honesty. I don't want um you to feel like you have to hold off on something. I want you to tell me honestly and like brutally honestly. I don't want cookie cutter words.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be kind of easy to say, something um and something for me to like have something in my hands to kind of move something around. Like if I could start feeling anxious, I can like have something in my hands. I can do something that kind of keeps me in the now.
Understand. Yeah. Um, how are you feeling right now after talking about those things?
I'm still feeling a bit anxious, but I
Mm-hmm.
also feel hope that we can that I can get the help that I need.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
So I'm really hopeful that going forward that I can definitely get the help that I need, because this
Mhm.
is a big step for me for asking for help by coming here.
Mhm. Okay. And to set the pace for our future session, what I think you should I want you to relax. Just take a moment and relax. Really relax, close your eyes. And we're gonna take some deep breath and just try to leave some of those load off right now. Like try to clear your mind. So we're gonna after three, we're gonna 1, 2, 3, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. Another time, inhale, exhale. How does that feel?
It feels good. It feels
Feels
good.
good. Okay. And if there's anything else you'd like to leave in this room, or say before we wrap things up, what would that be?
Um, I I like being the um I want to show that even though I'm strong, because I've always felt like being strong meant not showing emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can like show some kind of emotion about it, I think I don't even know what it would look like to be vulnerable without feeling weak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think um you know and I'm hoping that this space can help me figure out how to like slow down and maybe be a little bit more kinder to myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, Cassandra, I really like how you allow yourself to be open and honest and trust in me with some really hard information to share with people. Um it took a lot of bravery to revisit your past and sit with me today and express how you're feeling, because sometimes reflection is never easy, especially when you're reflecting on a time when you weren't your best self. And but it's good to make that connection and see how it's affecting your life right now, so that you could make the necessary um interventions and strategies to see yourself through it. um and thinking about your experience and what it means for your growth is really important. And you can care deeply about others, and but you're not really trusting enough to lean on them. And probably that's what we need to work on, to find the right support for you, so that when you're going through things like these, you have somebody to lean on, or you build that confidence to know that, okay, I could get through this. I have built myself and gained the strength that I need to pull through, and I'm confident enough that I won't, drown in my stress and so forth. And I'm gonna propose something for our further session. I want you to find a affirmation that you could say to yourself. You don't have to use the same one. You could still use the same one, and you could journal those affirmations that you've used when you feel like you're overwhelmed and your stress is just too much. And then at our next session, we could really talk about it and talk about those moments when you felt overwhelmed and stressed, whether it is through school or family life or just, just in that moment you were really overwhelmed and felt like your world is crushing. So we could find out your triggers and develop ways in which we could fix those problem. Yeah. It's
That
not going
sounds
to be an easy problem solve, but working together, we could really come up with some really good strategies um that fit your needs. Does that sound good?
that sounds perfect.
Mm-hmm. So I really appreciate you coming today and sharing with me. I look forward to our next session. By the next session, we would develop like how long we will do these sessions and so forth.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Hmm. Bye.